Hey, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I don't know when you're watching this, but it's a topic I wanted to talk about, and it's persevering or why men don't stop fighting. That constant pursuit of our vision, our goals. So, men don't stop fighting because they get old. Men get old because they stop fighting. That is truly what I believe. The easiest way to kill a man or to kill even a woman, a person, is to kill their dream, to kill their vision. The minute you stop pursuing your vision, your dream, you start dying. Man, this is especially true for the disabled community. It's not, I don't believe it's the injury that necessarily diminishes people so much as the mental aspect of their belief that they can't pursue all the dreams they had before their energy. So here's a fact: you're either growing or you're dying. You stop chasing your dream, you die a little bit. You stop chasing your goals, you die a little bit. You stop chasing your whatever that your is, whatever your why is, you die a little bit. It's unfortunate, but it's true. When you lose the drive and hunger to get in the fight for whatever your why is, it's inevitable that you stop growing because you lost your edge. And that edge is something we all need, whether you're a man or a woman. I think one of the hardest things to bring back is that hunger, that drive, that edge. It's very difficult to bring back. That doesn't mean you can't get it back, but I believe it's extremely difficult to bring back. And I think it's going to take everything you have inside of you and then some to bring that back. We have to constantly find the courage that drives and ignites that fire. We have to dig deep inside us. We have to dig deep inside our why. We have to go day by day, maybe minute by minute, whatever it takes to get that fire going, to keep it ignited, or it's going to dim, just like a bonfire. If you don't keep a bonfire fueled, what happens to it? It gets lower and lower, and then it smolders. Here are some Quadfather tips that I hope these help you if you're looking to get your fire going. So get comfortable being uncomfortable would be the first one I would tell you, especially if you're disabled. You better get comfortable being disabled. That doesn't mean accept it. It means get comfortable with it. The more comfortable you get with being uncomfortable, I believe you will receive, ultimately, you will receive this skill set that allows you to go after that fire, that drive, that resistance of getting comfortable in an uncomfortable situation. I believe creates muscles in our mind, creates muscles that allow us to ignite that fire and continue going. It causes us to grow, and growth's uncomfortable, right? Change is uncomfortable, growth is uncomfortable. First, because growth can push you through your comfort level, through your comfort zone, through that pain where hopefully you could find momentum, find your flow. And I think this is what happens in society today. We sabotage ourselves ultimately, little by little. We run to comfort. I'm guilty. My comfort is food. I run to it. And I have to fight myself all the time not to run to food, because that is my comfort. And I got to substitute other things for food. And it is hard to fight back. I've put in, so many years of a company, maybe that, say 25 years in a company that I've killed myself over and missed family functions. I got passed up for promotions. I should have gotten paid more. We all have these circumstances. Our fire gets smaller and smaller, but we need to spend more energy running away from the pain that will inevitably flame that fire that's smoldering. We have to run to and find that new flame that, maybe go back to our why, go back to our goals. And you have to be willing to do what most people aren't willing to do to accomplish what most people will never accomplish. It's just that simple. Don't try to be like everybody else. Find out what puts you here. Go back to your goals. Go back to your why. Go back to what drives you. Go back to what fuels you. I believe people who accomplish great things use fear to fuel themselves. Not just fear, but I've used fear to fuel myself for a long time. And it can't just be fear, but fear is a great motivator, a great fuel. If your vision doesn't scare you, if your goals don't scare you, it's not big enough. Make bigger goals. Make a vision that frightens you. Make a vision that when you say it to somebody else, they look at you like, what? Really? And then chase it down. Anytime your vision is so great, so big, so uncomfortable, I think that's when you summon this deep thing inside of you, this deep thing inside of all of us. Is your vision opens up, and it will if it's beyond you, you get surrounded by this, I don't know if it's an emotion, I don't know what it is, but it's like having a guardian angel, it's like having warriors surround you. The things you, I should say, fear the most start to become secondary. You start to rest knowing that these are out there and it could happen, but I've come to a better place. So to be successful in any endeavor, you have to put yourself out there, right? You got to put yourself in harm's way. It's just that simple. It doesn't matter if you're an entrepreneur, a coach, a parent, a child, a teen. You have to put yourself out there. You have to conquer your fear. You can't be worried about failing. You can't be worried about being laughed at. You're going to fail. You're going to be laughed at. It's just words. That shouldn't stop you, not the mere words. You can't worry about getting punched in the face. You can't worry about being knocked down. It's going to happen. All you have to worry about is getting back up. Get back up. Rise up again. Also, when you're in this fight, and it is a fight, I do fundraising for a nonprofit. It is a blood sport. If I fell and stayed down every time I got told no, or even told we're interested and then no, or yes and it doesn't happen, oh boy, I would have quit years and years ago. And I don't quit because I keep punching. In my own way, I keep punching. And I think that's important, to keep punching. When you get punched in the face, when you fail, when you fall to one knee, rise up. Let that fuel fire you. Now it's your turn. When that person on the other side, when that event on the other side sees you rise up after being knocked down and continue to punch, you become so much bigger than them. You become so much bigger than that event. You create fear on the other side. Because life's not going to stop throwing punches at you. Life will continue to beat you to your knees. Not my rules. I don't like that fact, but it is what it is. So your fear will diminish the more you punch back. Because life won't stop. When you stop throwing punches is when you start to die. Life won't stop throwing punches. It's going to beat you down. Just because it realizes you are weak. If you don't attack life, life will attack you. I think it's easy to fight back when that something is bigger than you. Maybe it's a maturity thing. Maybe it's a coming of age thing. But when you're fighting for something greater than you, you fight differently. Like a bear fighting for its cubs, like a lion fighting for its cubs, parents fighting for their children. Getting in that fight is easier. Staying in that fight is easier when you're fighting for something bigger than you. Because when you feel like you're beat, remembering that bigger cause will help you rise. It will get you back on your feet. It's not that second wind. That'll be your third wind, maybe your fourth wind. Just remember, giving up's not an option because this cause is so much bigger than you. Keep that fight. A warrior wants to prove to the world that he's somebody. But a king kind of knows who he is. Kings continue to rise up. And size doesn't matter. If size matter, why isn't an elephant the king of the jungle, right? The lion's the king of the jungle. And he doesn't always have to roar to let people know that, right? He is the king. The other animals know that, and the lion's not the biggest out there. But in our fight, in our daily fight, or weekly fight, or monthly fight, there's only one opponent. That opponent is the man in the mirror. And if you maybe stop even worrying about who won or lost, it's who you become in this process. This process is more important sometimes than the victory in certain instances. And who you become is so critical. Ask yourself a question. What is the fight that you're afraid of? What's the fight you're avoiding? The moment you avoid the fight and run, the fight makes you weaker. You start to die. You have to discard lingering doubt. You have to be willing to step over your fears. You have to be willing to take the punches. You have to be willing to deal with the bullshit. It's out there. You have to be willing to fight for something bigger than yourself. You have to be willing to create a legacy that's bigger than you. And remember, the past is the past. Doesn't matter what you've done in the past, whether you've won or lost. My challenge to you is to rise up and start punching and getting a fight. Start that fight today. Start punching today. Start moving forward today. Because remember, no matter what age you are, it's never too late to start over. It's never too late to unlock this code, this edge, this thing in us. It's never too late to get in the best shape in your life. It's never too late to start a business. It's never too late to fight your hardest battles. Because those hardest battles have the sweetest victories. You guys have a great day. You're more than welcome to reach out to the Quadfather, Brian P. Swift. And if you're looking for a mentor, if you're looking for questions answered, please reach out to me. God bless. Have a great day.